Welcome to another Monday 10-minute training. I'm Dr. Rob Van Bergen, and today I'm going to be talking all about the miracles of nitric oxide when it comes to heart health. Now, your heart is the center of your life, so it is absolutely vital that you take care of it. And while there are a variety of medications and treatments available for people that are suffering from cardiovascular conditions, there's also a number of natural ways to promote good heart health. And one of the most popular of these is nitric oxide supplementation. Now, nitric oxide is a molecule that plays a vital role in maintaining our heart health by regulating blood pressure, fighting inflammation, and promoting vasodilation. February is National Heart Month in the US, so this is the perfect time to raise awareness about cardiovascular health and the importance of nitric oxide. Now, each year, 1 in 4 deaths is caused by heart disease. It's the leading cause of death in the United States. When it comes to your heart, knowledge is power. It is absolutely essential that we educate ourselves on how to keep your risk factors low and to create healthy habits. If you do that now, this is going to pay off in the long run. So, if you are looking for a new way to prioritize your overall health and resolve your pain, I am doing my Pain Free for Life 5-day jumpstart next week. I would love to see you there. It's a course that starts on February 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. It's in our Jumpstart group on Facebook as well as by Zoom to everyone that registers. I created this workshop to support you in finally understanding and managing chronic pain and inflammation. Essentially naturally and for good with a full stop. In the program, we're going to be working together over the course of a week on laying the groundwork to eliminating inflammation. And I am super excited to see people there. Everyone that's watching today, I'd love it if you could attend. You can register at thepainfreejumpstart.com. I put a link in the video description as well. So, the miracle molecule, nitric oxide, what is it? Well, nitric oxide is a molecule that is produced naturally by the body, and it's an important signaling molecule that helps to regulate blood pressure, fight inflammation, and promote that vasodilation I mentioned earlier. It's produced in the endothelium, which is the lining of the blood vessels. Now, vasodilation is the widening of the blood vessels. And if any of you use the Pinnacle or Pro Sport devices, you'll note the mode in there called vaso is short for vasodilation, though I'm sure that we weren't supposed to actually have that be what we say. It's one of those names that we kind of get coded out and we're just told, oh, it's a bunch of different letters. But it is short for vasodilation because it was the program that we saw so much more circulation with when we're using the device. Now, the reason it's important to kind of widen these blood vessels is that blood can then flow more easily through them. And then that in turn delivers oxygen and nutrients to the cells in your body. So vasodilation is super important for combating inflammation because it helps to reduce pressure on inflamed blood vessels. Now, there are many reasons why nitric oxide is so important for heart health. And it has kind of exploded since COVID because it's also been shown to really help with lung circulation as well, right? It's circulation in general. So when you get that improved circulation to your lungs, you're bringing in more oxygen, which is in general better for you. So the main reasons, the top benefits, I should say, because there's many reasons to take nitric oxide, would be that number one, it does reduce inflammation. It has powerful anti-inflammatory properties, so it's an excellent addition to whatever it is that you're doing. Number two, it regulates your blood pressure. Nitric oxide helps to regulate blood pressure by elevating and essentially dilating these blood vessels. So relaxing them and letting them kind of release a little bit. This allows blood to flow more easily through the vessels, and this will in turn reduce pressure on the walls of the arteries. Number three, it does promote vasodilation. As I mentioned before, this is the widening of blood vessels, and nitric oxide does play a key role in promoting vasodilation because it's a signaling molecule that helps to relax these muscle cells in the walls of the blood vessels. And this will lead to wider arteries and veins, allowing for improved blood flow throughout the body. That leads us to number 4. Of course, it improves blood flow. Now, improved blood flow is one of the most important benefits of nitric oxide for heart health because this means that oxygen and nutrients are delivered more easily to cells throughout the body, including those in the heart muscle. These are the building blocks of your body being delivered to where it needs to go. So, improved blood flow is never really a bad thing unless you're missing a limb and then you're improving the blood flow too much and it's coming out of you. Number 5, that has the potential to reduce the risk for cardiovascular disease. And there's still a lot of studies ongoing on this because it's not really been a huge thing, even though it's been around for so long, that people considered. But because it has so many positive effects on cardiovascular health, it really isn't surprising that it reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease. In turn, by reducing inflammation, regulating blood pressure, promoting vasodilation, improving blood flow, nitric oxide reduces stress on the system and lowers the risk of developing these diseases. So, what are some Haché protocol approved methods for nitric oxide enhancement? Now, we do offer a supplement, a nano-sized nitric oxide spray. This is something that we've been offering for the last few years, and I wish I had some here, but our new stock has not quite arrived yet. But nitric oxide spray has been incredibly popular for the last 3 years. It's probably the thing we sell the most of. Now, these sprays, nano-sized sprays, are different from traditional tablets because they're absorbed more quickly. So they don't lose any potency in the stomach because you spray them under your tongue and that is going to absorb them directly into your body. So they don't have to hit the stomach and pass through that, surviving that to get to the intestines. So there's no loss in potency there. They last longer and they're easier to store, right? There's a really small little spray bottle. A few sprays under the tongue, instant absorption into the body. So this is also particularly effective against respiratory infections. As I mentioned before, it's been a huge thing during COVID. There were some studies released that showed that nitric oxide would help people combat COVID-19. Now, our nitric oxide enhances all of the microcurrent therapy treatments as well because it improves that circulation in the body. And beyond this, I want people to remember that anyone using microcurrent therapy is going to be benefiting from increased circulation, actually up to 500% more blood flow to an area, particularly with treatments like mitochondrial recharge and grounding affecting the whole body. So it's well worth combining nitric oxide with microcurrent therapy as you'll be double dipping on the benefits of that increased circulation. So, beyond nitric oxide, beyond microcurrent, what are other methods for improving your heart health? Well, exercise regularly. This is important for most aspects of our health. Make sure to try and get at least 30 minutes of physical activity in a few times a week. It's not a huge ask, but just doing that will really elevate your heart health capabilities. Also want to look at stress management, right? I mean, this can help with heart health too. Take time to de-stress and relax because blood pressure issues are often connected to stress. Additionally, getting enough quality sleep is really key to resetting the body. So you should aim for 7 to 8 hours a night. And finally, consider supplementation with omega-3 fatty acids. These are known to support heart health. Moreover, they're an excellent anti-inflammatory and they are very, very good for the brain in general. So multi-purpose there. Now, you can take positive steps towards battering your cardiac issues down and getting rid of them by following these natural measures that we've talked about today. So, okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. That about wraps up today's 10-minute training. I do hope to see as many of you as possible at the Jumpstart next week. Remember, it starts February 20th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Remember, it's registration only, so you do need to register prior to the event to be able to actually join. So you can do that at thepainfreejumpstart.com or use the link in the description of this video. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next week. Take care.